Hi, my name is Zach. I'm the owner here of the condos at URI. Actually, we're not at URI, we're by URI. I'm a private landlord. I own 12 condos here up on top of campus. We're located at 58 Fortin Road. On my left-hand side, out about 200, 300 yards is the center of the quad, so we're bounded on two sides by the university. I'd like to just take a little bit of time here today to talk parent to parent. I'm a parent of college-age kids as well. I have a son that's been out of school for a couple of years. He's actually gainfully employed. That's a great thing. My daughter has just graduated and she's looking for some work right now. So super proud of both of them. And as a parent, it's great news because there is some light at the end of the tunnel for all of us. And our goal as parents is to get our kids off the payroll. And mine are just about there, so I'm excited about that, and hopefully you will be too. So I understand as parents that your student is probably pushing you to live off of campus next year. They're probably in the dorms this year, and they start pushing. And we as parents, I understand there's some trepidation about allowing our kids to live off of campus. We want them close by. There are housing options here for URI. We're up on top of campus, and as I look out at the distance, I see some apartments around. We obviously have the condos here. If the kids get a little bit further off campus, they'll end up down in Narragansett at some housing that's referred to as down the line. And it's about 8 to 10 miles away. It takes a little bit of time to get here. Parking can be difficult for the kids, but they're all pushing to live near the beach. So we as parents, I understand that we're all trying to, keep an eye on our kids, if you will. And being close to campus, this is a great option. A lot of parents like it, a lot of the students like it because they can walk to class. So the first thing I'd like to mention about all the rental properties that I have is I tell all my students the same thing. If they're all into partying, loud music, loud noise, this is not the place for them. We look for residents that are going to be respectful of the property and respectful of the neighbors. That's a two-way street. It comes from me as well. I respect all my tenants. I expect them to respect me as well. So again, if the students are into partying, this is not the place for them. That's not who we're looking for. I work hard to create an environment that's conducive for studying. So, you can come through here 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night and you'll see the lights are on, but the kids, they're working hard. They're doing what they need to do to be good students, and that's the kind of resident that we're ultimately looking for. I kind of feel like I offer a class here to the students. I call it Condo Rental 101. You'll see that there's a theme to my website, Condo Rental 101, 201, 301. I try and explain to the students what it's going to be like to work with a good landlord. I know that landlords get a bad rap in general. We don't try and create an environment like that at all for them. I actually work with the kids. We show them what's expected of them as residents and what they can expect from me as a good landlord. We want them to have a good experience here so that someday, when they're living in Boston or New York or Texas or California, wherever they end up, they have a memory of what it was like to be handled with respect and what's expected of a good landlord. So I work hard to create an environment here for the students to do that. As part of that process that we go with the students to have them with a positive experience, I think that we get some good feedback through the years, and the feedback is having parents or having friends of students that live here, maybe not this year, maybe next year, the year after, the year after. I had one example a few years ago where I rented to a group of folks, and one of the students in the group, their parent or his sibling lived here a couple years later, and then a cousin lived here a couple years later, and then a friend down the street, from their hometown lived here for a couple years later. So, those are the kind of things that happen over time. Expectations are something that we got to talk about. So I set expectations for the students. I pass out a lot of information throughout the course of the year. It might be an example on, emptying the dumpster, when that happens, or what we do when snow plowing, how do we handle that? What's expected of the kids when they move in and move out. I provide procedures for them so that everybody knows exactly what's expected of them during the course of the year. You can expect a lot of me as well. Like I said, I've been a landlord for a long time. We work hard to maintain the property. We have professional cleaning crews that come out prior to school starting. They'll go through units top to bottom. They pull out refrigerators, they pull out stoves. They make sure the units are very nice for the residents when they arrive so that you as parents don't have to worry about cleaning when you get here. The next topic I'd like to mention is that I feel like the surrogate dad to 50 or 60 students every single year. I drive through here often. I'm up here, at least every day or every couple of days, just driving through, making sure everything looks good and there aren't any issues. I only live about 15 minutes away, so if there are issues, I'm the one that takes care of it. As a parent, I hope I don't offend you, but if I notice some of the kids that are, not performing like they ought to be, I have no problem speaking up and, asking the students to stay in line. So hopefully you're okay with that. Because it is, like I said, it is a two-way street. As far as moving forward, it's entirely up to the students to make this happen. I don't chase anybody down. So there's two primary things that the students need to do for me to evaluate their group. Each student needs to fill out a rental application and get that over to me, and the directions are on my website. And then I also ask you guys as parents to just send me a quick email that just lets me know, hey, Zach, my son or daughter is going to be living in the condos, or they would like to live in the condos this year. Her roommates are going to be person A, person B, person C. We've taken a look at your website. We're okay with the terms and the conditions. We'd like to move forward. So when I get the rental applications from everybody and I get essentially a parent consent email, then I start my job as a landlord to evaluate the group. Once the group has been evaluated and approved, then we move into the lease signing stage. And again, I'm not going to get into that right now, but the information is all over the website on how to handle that. I think you're going to be pleased with the experience here. Like I said, we have people that come back year after year after year, so we must be doing something right. And I think that's it. So good luck, enjoy yourselves, and I hope to meet you at Move-In. Thank you.